All right, so here we are the day before Thanksgiving. We have an empty office. Everybody's either remote or they're hopefully, getting a little break. And then we've got this really long weekend. And, at this time of year, it's very common for people to start to reflect on the things that they're grateful for. And that, while that might sound a little cliche, it's the time of year it is. And I think that it's really important that people actually take the time to consider what they're grateful for. We have more opportunity, than the majority of the world. And so, a little context, like if you think about it, 2/3 of the world lives on $2 a day or less, right? So we're so fortunate. We have so much stuff. We're about to have Thanksgiving tomorrow here in the US, and it's gonna be full of eating more food than we should ever consume, eating, sweets and having these gigantic meals. And yet there's an enormous number of people who don't have any food at all. They don't know where their next meal is coming from. They don't have a roof over their head, and yet we're splurging, right? And so I don't want to take away from anybody's, the way that they live their life and the things that they're grateful for and the things that they want to, do, like have a huge Thanksgiving dinner. I think that's great. What I'd like to do is invite people to give a little bit more. Friday, 2 days from now, is gonna be the biggest shopping day of the year. It's gonna be crazy, and we're gonna spend a bunch of money on stuff that we truthfully don't need. Yes, we're gonna give it, but we're gonna go over the top, right? There's gonna be fights in stores. It's gonna be just absolutely crazy, and yet there's people who don't know where they're gonna get their next meal. And so, when we start to think about the context of that, we have every opportunity, and not saying that they don't, but we don't always need everything that we're going after and trying to get for, this Black Friday, and we don't need all this food. And what are you gonna do with the leftovers, right? Like, let's start looking at how we can help, some other people. And, the generosity side is where I wanna put some focus. And so really quick, the reason I actually decided to make that short video is to share with you something that was really, really cool in a conversation that I had with my 4-year-old daughter last night. And it just kind of brought all of this into context, and it put me in a huge state of gratitude last night. And so the basics of it was, she was not acting super nice, being a little, 4-year-old-ish, where they get their little attitude and think they rule the world. And so I sat her down and was having a conversation about the choice she's making to either be nice, be kind, or not. And if she was gonna choose not to be kind, then what she needed to do is we needed to pack up some of her stuff, because like most children in this country, she has more than she needs, she has more than she can, ever play with, and so forth. And so maybe we need to pack up some of her toys, some of her stuff, and give it to somebody who needs it, somebody who doesn't have any. And so what was interesting is it brought up a really inquisitive conversation with her, where she asked, why don't some kids have toys? Why don't some kids have enough clothes? And so, trying to explain that to a 4-year-old is difficult. But then she made a comment about, children who don't have a place to live. And well, what do they do if it rains? And that conversation for a 4-year-old is pretty deep, right? And the part that really struck me, that actually kind of compelled me to make this video, was that she said, well, let's go out and help some of the kids that don't have homes, and they can come and live with us. And that generosity and that empathy, for a 4-year-old, that's huge. And so it was really cool to have that conversation with her. And obviously, she shifted from deciding not to be very nice and kind to actually showing a huge amount of empathy and generosity. And then she, wanted to go tell mom about it, and she wanted to be super kind and talk to her sister about it. And it just kind of brings me back, here we are, we're talking about these big, huge feasts that we're gonna have, and we just did some grocery shopping this morning for, for ours, with our whole family coming and all that. And in context, shit, we just have so much. So at the least, sit down and be honestly grateful for what you have, because we're unbelievably fortunate.